Okay, so let's look at outcome tables. Outcome tables. We're going to look at two examples to demonstrate how you can draw an outcome table and how you can use it to calculate probabilities. So the first one is two fair coins are tossed. Two fair coins are tossed. The first thing is draw an outcome table to show the possible combinations of the outcomes. And then the second thing is find the probability of getting two heads. So let's start off with the outcome table. So part A, we want to draw the table. So what do we know? We know that when you toss a coin, you can get a head or you can get a tail. So we'll have two axes for our coins. So we'll draw something like this. For the first coin, we'll show its possible outcomes. You can have a head or a tail for the first coin. For the second coin, the same is true. You can have a head or a tail. So now, if the first coin gives me a head and the second coin gives me a head, it means I have two heads. So this is the first possible combination there. I can get a tail on the first coin and a head on the second coin, so I can get a tail and a head. I can get a head on the first coin and a tail on the first coin, so I can get a head, then a tail. I can get a tail on the first coin and a tail on the second coin, so I can get a tail and a tail. So what we see is that there are four possible combinations that can be found, right? There are four possible combinations: two heads, one tail, one head, one tail, and two tails. So if we go back to our question, if we go to the part B, find the probability of getting two heads. So we look for the number of combinations where we have two heads. So the probability, oh sorry, that's the next thing. The probability of getting two heads is equal to the number of combinations that give us two heads over the total number of combinations available, right? So how many combinations give us two heads? Only one, right? Out of a total of four combinations. So that's 1/4. That's your answer for your part B. So that's how you draw that outcome table, and that's how you use the table to find the probability of getting two heads. So let's move to the next example now. Two fair dice are thrown. So in this case, we have dice. Two fair dice are thrown and their results are added. So the result of one die and the other die are added to give a total, right? Draw an outcome table to show the possible outcomes. Find the probability of getting a total of 4, 8, 12. So let's start with the outcome table again, right? So let's start with the outcome table. Let me remove that. And then we can use yellow. It's bright. So again, we have two dice. So I'll just have two axes again, right? One axis is for the first die, and the other is for the second die. Now we know that when you throw a die, you can get a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or a 6. There are 6 possible outcomes. When you throw the second die, the same thing: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So now here we want to look for the totals, right? Remember, you're adding up the results of the die. So if I get a 1 from the first die and a 1 from the second die, 1 plus 1 gives me 2. If I get a 2 and a 1, 2 plus 1 gives me 3. If I get a 3 and a 1, 3 plus 1 gives me 4. 4 and a 1, 4 plus 1, 5. 5 and a 1, 6. 6 plus 1, 7. 1 plus 2, 3. 2 plus 2, 4, 3 plus 2, 5, 4 plus 2, 6, 5 plus 2, 7, 6 plus 2, 8, right? So we continue. 1 plus 3, 4, 2 plus 3, 5, 3 plus 3, 6, 4 plus 3, 7, 5 plus 3, 8, 6 plus 3, 9. So we continue doing the same thing, adding the different combinations until we have completed the outcome table. So I just speeded it up. I hope you understood. So these are the totals. So now if you look at it, how many combinations do we have now? If you look at the green ones, right? We have a 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6. So that's a total of 36 combinations. So there are 36 different combinations that you can get for the totals, right? So now that we know that, we can answer the questions, right? The question says, what's the probability of getting a total of 4? Okay, so the probability of getting a total of 4 is equal to the number of totals of 4 over the total number of combinations, right? And again, we're looking at the green section where the totals are. So the 4s, here are the 4s. There are 3 4s, 1, 2, 3, 4s out of 36 combinations. So it's 3 over 36. That's going to give me 1 over 12 in lowest terms. The next thing is the probability of getting an 8. Again, probability of getting an 8 is equal to the number of 8s over the total. So we look at the number of combinations which give you an 8. Maybe let me use a different color to identify them. Here are the 8s. Here are the 8s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so that's 5 over 36. Okay, and then the third thing now is find the probability of getting a total of 12, right? So again, you identify the number of 12s. There's only one 12, right? So probability of getting a 12 is equal to number of 12s over the total, which is going to give us 1 over 36. So there's only 1 12 out of 36 combinations. So that's an outcome table, and that's how you use an outcome table. So that's where our topic ends. You can try the questions at the end.